Welcome to Rising Above It. I'm your host, Nancy Seagal, and I'd like to thank you for joining us here today. Today's topic is healing with hidden gemstones. Yes. So today we have a very special guest, but before we get to that, I would just like to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a hypnotherapist for the past 16 years. I'm also an author of my latest release, which is Rising Above Mercury, and you can find this in the Santa Barbara local bookstores. It's my story about overcoming mercury poisoning that I had for over 12 years that left me in a wheelchair and paralyzed, and doctors telling me it was all in my head. But with the use of hypnotherapy and hypnosis, I was able to overcome it. So you can either go to my website and look it up or go to your local bookstore to purchase it. So today's show, The Hidden Treasures of Healing Gemstones. We are going to learn about gemstones, and we're going to learn how to overcome adversity with these gemstones. And my special guest today is Deborah Blohm. And she is a gemologist, a jewelry designer, author, and gem healer. So welcome, Deborah.
Thank you so much, Nancy. I'm thrilled to be here with you today.
Well, we're thrilled to have you. I'm excited about the show. We have a lot of exciting things to cover. So tell us a little bit about Deborah Blohm and who she is.
Nancy, I have always had a passion for gemstones. When I was approximately 5 or 6 years old, I was in the backyard breaking open rocks, trying to find the hidden gem inside. And fortunately, I was raised in a retail jewelry background. So as a young girl, I was taken to American Gem Society conclaves, and I was able to look at gemstones under the magnification, and then also I would put in some little insects, which was a lot of fun. But I've always been around gemstones, and I've always had an extreme passion for gemstones, which led me to go to the Gemological Institute of America, in which I became a graduate gemologist.
And what is, tell us a little bit about that schooling, because it's a very
prestigious school in the world. My father was one of the first graduates of the GIA, and many years later, approximately 20-some years ago, I attended there, and still am a part of the alumni and love going to the new facility that's down in Carlsbad, California.
How long does it take to become a gemologist?
It is it's approximately a 9-month program that is Monday through Friday, and when I attended in Santa Monica, it was from 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon.
Okay. So,
so very intensive.
Did you have to have college education prior to that as well? Or is it
not
just
at
an
all.
individual? So if I wanted to just go become a gemologist, it'll just take me 9 months to get to graduate. Is that correct?
That's how it was when I attended years ago, and also you can now do it online.
Wow.
So I'm not sure how long that process takes, probably maybe 2 years, because you'd want to do diamonds, and then you do many, many colored gemstones.
Yeah, I want to do diamonds.
Oh, okay.
And rubies and sapphires and all those good things.
So I really enjoyed attending there,
Yeah.
and also while I was studying there, I received, not while I was studying there, but after, in the interim, I received a BS in economics. And then I moved to New York City, where I started my own line of jewelry. A little bit different from the jewelry. I still do the high-end jewelry, but now I've created a line of healing jewelry that goes along with these gem healings that I'm doing.
Okay. Wonderful.
Thank you.
So you design jewelry in New York, and you've been, your jewelry's been pretty popular. It's been accepted by department stores and on TV shows and all kinds of things.
I was in Macy's in New York City. I lived in New York City for many, many years, almost 12 years. And then also independent retail jewelry stores throughout the country.
Okay.
I was on QVC with another product that I created called
Wonderful.
Pillow Moments.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah.
That's another show.
That's another show, right.
Okay. So you're also an author and a gem healer, too.
Gem healer, yes.
Very good.
I studied gem healing with Katrina Raphael. She's kind of the godmother of the gem healing world. She's written, I think, five or six books, and she's an incredible woman that's very private, that now lives on the island of Kauai, and really spends a lot of time meditating with gemstones, and has facilitated a very interesting way where a person can literally detox their body, cleanse their body at a cellular level, take it to a spiritual, emotional, and mental, physical level for cleansing.
Okay.
And it's just been, it's amazing what I see happen.
Okay. And so for those people that, you know, say, well, you know, it's just a rock, you know, how can a gem, you know, how can a rock heal, and how can it heal when they think it's a rock? Yet, can you explain what gives them the power, what the gems?
Well, I first of all think that there has to be an intention by the person to heal, no matter what it is. So if the person is blocked, I don't think healing will occur. If the person doesn't believe in it, well, actually, that's not true. I've had clients who were skeptical, but they weren't blocked. They were open to the possibility, and a physical healing occurred.
So, and like with me and my hypnotherapy clients, if there's at least some type of desire to want to heal, do you find that makes a difference also?
I do.
Yeah.
I definitely do. I definitely do.
Yeah. Okay. And so, how can say, for instance, why don't you show us some of these gems? Deborah's brought some gems along to show us a wide variety of what they do, the colors, the shapes, the sizes, the energy that they hold. And let's speak a little bit about the energy and how that all works with I've read that gem healing has gone, like it's been documented since 1600 BC, and that there's something called piezoelectric that they carry, a certain energy that what happens is, maybe you can explain it better.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sure. Gems have been a very important part of the human history for thousands of years, going back to the Indians and the Vedic traditions. Even today, we have our astrology gemstones, our birth gemstones. Gemstones for years, in fact, for example, emerald. This is dioptase, but emerald looks very similar to it. This is a very big healing gemstone. But emerald they used to believe that if you looked into an emerald, it would cure your eyesight. So in Rome, emeralds were extremely popular, and Nero would sit in the Colosseum with his emerald glasses so that he could better view what was being presented in the Colosseum. So it's not
rose-colored glasses that we need. We need emerald.
We need emerald-colored glasses. That's so funny. And many years ago, amethyst was thought to prevent intoxication. So if a person held amethyst as an amulet or wore it, they could drink as much as they'd like and not get drunk.
Interesting.
But now we use gemstones in a different form. With gem healing, I work with a 12 chakra system.
Okay.
So different gemstones go with the various chakras. And as we start out with the Earth Star, which is 6 inches below your foot, and we'll place a gemstone there, like specularite, which is a very grounding gemstone. Right now it's very important to be grounded to Earth, not only being grounded and open above, spiritually grounded to the earth, because we are so blessed to be here on Earth.
Can you explain what grounding means to the viewers?
Grounding?
Yes.
Oh, grounding means being connected to Earth.
In an energetic
form.
Okay, yeah.
Can you think of a better way to
describe
I think
grounded? I think there's different techniques that help people to ground, and it's going down into imagining your energy going down from your feet, going down into the earth, and connecting with the actual center of the earth. You can even if you root into several layers of the earth is fine too. But yeah, and you feel a difference in your body when that happens, when that occurs. You feel your body, you feel the energy just solid. And a lot of martial artists use that grounding technique.
Absolutely. Katrina Raphael believes that there's a hexagonal, I think she thinks that it's pyrite, which this is pyrite, but that's formed in the center core of our earth. And that if you can imagine yourself being grounded to that in a triangular form, this pillar column, it actually gives you strength because you're connected to the earth, Mother Earth. And that's what I find so fascinating about gemstones, is these gemstones are found naturally in earth, in Mother Gaia. I mean, how amazing. Gemstones have
they're so beautiful.
Have a light and a frequency that emanates them. And you brought up piezoelectricity. Gemstones are charged with pressure. So a quartz crystal under pressure elects a certain frequency. So with quartz, which we find in all modern technology.
Okay, good point.
All modern technology has gems in it. Whether it's your lasers, your computers, our watches run with a quartz crystal inside them. Our spaceships, the windows are made of diamond.
Wow.
Of diamond, because gemstones are very powerful. I call them the power gems. They're power gems. Different gems are power gems. And it's been my passion forever.
Great.
We're so blessed here in California. Tourmaline is found right here, down in Pala County. Tourmalines. A lot of gemstones are found right here in California, which is a lot of fun for the rock hound and the gem hound.
What's a good gemstone for mentally clearing the mind or de-stressing? Like focusing more on like the mental side of the gemstones. Which one
pyrite is fabulous for focus. I keep this pyrite right by my computer, so it kind of takes away the electric. The thing that stems from the computer. It helps balance that, and then it also keeps me focused. I think pyrite is fabulous for that. Something to de-stress would be something like this, which is called lepidolite.
That's pretty.
And it actually has lithium in it. So if you hold a lepidolite right on your chest or in your hand, and I like to tell people, if you are normally right-handed, your feeling hand is your left hand. So hold the gemstone in the hand that's the non-dominant hand. But this is a fabulous gem for de-stressing, especially in today's time where a lot of change is occurring, transformation. My sister, who's a lawyer, I think she sleeps with this gemstone. She doesn't. But,
I would imagine she needs a lot of de-stressing.
She does.
Yes. Okay. And that's lepidolite?
Lepidolite.
Okay. So let's see. We've covered the de-stressing ones, grounding, protection.
Oh, okay. So an celestial is a quartz. It's a smoky quartz, and it actually has water in it because it's formed around water. But this is a very good protection stone. Protection stone. Another big grounding stone would be tourmaline. Which is very grounding. This is a fabulous piece of tourmaline. I don't know if your viewers, Nancy, can see it, but this was found in China, and this has garnet. So this is a very powerful grounding, but yet manifesting stone.
Garnet is a manifesting one? Interesting.
Yeah, it's a creative stone.
Tell us about this one.
Okay. Now this is raw tiger's eye, and it's a big chunk of tiger's eye. This was, my grandfather gave this to my father, and then he gave it to me, but once it's polished, it'll look something like this.
Okay, perfect.
And this we put on our navel chakra, And if you'd like, at some point I'll talk about the chakras and where some gems do go, but it is an intuitive science. But right on your navel chakra is where we put this, and this is for manifesting as well. It's a very powerful manifesting stone.
Okay. So along with the gemstones, Deborah has brought along some of the necklaces she makes out of the gemstones, and I'm wearing one of them. So why don't you explain a little bit about what I'm wearing, and also what you're wearing.
Sure, sure. Nancy, what you're wearing are peridot, along with some other gemstones that I will go into, but the peridot is very, very much for your physical body and keeping our bodies healthy. We're in a time where it's very important to keep our bodies, our physical bodies, healthy. So doing whatever it takes. But if you can imagine wearing the peridot, but also imagine as you're exercising, inhaling the color of the green grass, the trees, and cleansing your cells. So peridot actually helps you remember to do that.
Okay.
It's a very powerful healing, physical healing.
Okay,
stone.
and what you're wearing is?
I'm wearing black tourmaline, which is very grounding, but then I'm wearing yellow sapphires, which are for personal power and confidence. The red garnets for creativity, and it's a very powerful, it's also, red is very powerful for confidence, for it's a sexuality, for enhancing your sexuality, red. And then we have some purple amethysts, which are more insightful, for insight and wisdom. So just a combination of gemstones that are actually blessed, because I'm also a Reiki practitioner. And so with my gemstones, we activate them. And I think that's what you were referring to with piezoelectricity. It needs to be a sound. There can be a sound vibration such as this to help activate a gemstone. And there's a process that takes place before we go into a gem healing where every gemstone is activated before it's placed on a person's body.
Okay. So in a moment we're going to show you a couple photos of Deborah's work. And so why don't you explain to the viewers how gem healing works, and a little bit about your sessions, also if you offer like a consultation.
Sure. A gem healing normally takes about 2 hours, so give yourself 2 hours. The actual process is an hour 15 to an hour and a half, depending on what takes place. People come to me with various questions. Either they will have a physical pain, like a back pain, or a shoulder pain, or sciatica. Now, this is, obviously, there is a disclaimer here. See your doctor, but see if this works for you, because I've had tremendous results with people who have had chronic back pain and lower back pain and shoulder pain for 23 years, and sitting up on the table after a gem healing, leaving their body. It's left their body. The same with sciatica. So it's interesting. So people come for physical pain, they come to de-stress, they come to feel what it feels like. You feel, many people say they feel like a princess, because as you'll see in the PowerPoint, the gems are on 12 of your chakra systems. So they go from your stellar gateway, which is 12 inches above your head, all the way down to your Earth star. And so to feel the gems on your body is quite an experience.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the PowerPoint, and here we go.
Oh, okay.
You can
now,
tell us a little bit about that.
Now that is Katrina Raphael to my left, and to my right is her assistant. And then you can see, there I am, that is me, having gemstones all over my body after I've been through a gem healing. And many different things occur during a gem healing. If you'll notice, you'll see that we have kyanite going up to their soul star, which is 6 inches above their head, and celestite selenite, excuse me, going up to the stellar gateway. And I always put a piece of fluorite up by the stellar gateway, a green fluorite, to bring in the healing, more of the healing energies, and Archangel Raphael. Okay. But then we go into various gemstones such as azurite and chrysocolla and gem silica on their bodies.
Can we bring up there we go.
Yeah, so more examples of gem healing.
He's got a lot. Does that mean like he needs a lot of healing?
No, not at all.
It's just what?
It's actually what happens with the healer is they're connected to the patient's or the client's higher self, and then it's an intuitive process. There is a general understanding as to where some gems go, but then we have so many gems that we activate them in different ways with different other gemstones.
Okay, and the next PowerPoint? Okay, so this is Deborah's book. She's written a book called The Adventures of Julia and the Generosity Genie, The Hunt for the Green Jade Mask. So what's this book about?
This book is a book about a brother and sister, Julia and William, and they go on adventure after adventure. This is the first in a series. This one is about the Mayan culture and takes place in South America. They're always on a special adventure with their 3 animal friends, which is Cool Cat. He's the language kitty. So in this book, he speaks Spanish. He's always spitting out the foreign language. Loria, which is their special advisor, and Unity, which spreads peace throughout the land. In this book, they learn about the gemstone jade because the Mayans used jade for many of their healing practices, and this is a piece of carved jade with Unity, the dove, representing spreading peace throughout the land. But it's all about children helping children and talking about using power gems and power colors. So right away she's wearing a yellow jacket and for personal confidence. In the first chapter she falls into a cenote, a hidden cenote, and touches her pendant, the red ruby, for courage and strength. And citrine is used for confidence. But using the different gemstones and getting it in a way, it's very interesting. I'm having teachers who are 4th and 5th grade teachers really enjoying the book and talking about putting it on as an assembly for the children because it is in a learning manner and they're learning.
And it's incorporating spirituality.
In a subtle way.
Yeah.
It's a very subtle way.
Okay.
So it's not a spiritual book.
It sounds like a fun
adventure book. The second book, Nancy, can I tell you, is about the Native American Indian, and it's called The Hunt for the Blue Star Sapphire. So in that book, the children will learn about.
Read it.
I know they'll learn about the Native American Indian, and I'm working now with 2 tribes back east, one in Virginia and then one up north. So we're talking about Thanksgiving and really the whole generosity of the Indians and how that was portrayed and is misportrayed in our Thanksgiving Day. So
interesting.
And then interracial marriage with Pocahontas. Pocahontas was the first famous interracial marriage that occurred in the 1600s.
Interesting. So
when
will that book be out?
I'm being pushed by the middle of this year.
Well, good. You'll get it done. So how often will a client come in for healing?
Well, most clients, it's good to have a healing every 3 to 4 months, especially if you're not working on something specific. Now, if you're working on something specific, once a month is fabulous. If you can do it once a week, that's even better because we take you through a meditation. You're awake the whole time, and it's a conversation. But what happens is various not spiritual, but healing washes and cellular rejuvenation occur. It's a letting go and a cleansing of the aura.
Of the aura and also of the cells.
Absolutely.
From the inside out. Yeah.
Yes.
Very good. So let's see, and on the chakra system, what emotional and physical and spiritual effect does it have?
On the chakras?
Yeah. What happens?
to the chakras?
to
Well,
the-
we want our chakras turning clockwise. And gemstones have that ability. They have a frequency and an energy. When placed on the chakra system and guided, activated and guided through a meditation, will activate your chakras and get them turning in the correct direction.
Okay.
Right now, a lot of people's, so much stress is going on that this is a wonderful way to de-stress and cleanse your system.
Great. So you have something called the selenite seal.
The selenite seal.
And just, we only have like a minute to do this.
Oh.
So can you demonstrate for us real quickly?
Well, I'll just show you. I brought, actually I brought 2 selenites. This is a selenite wand that we use right here by your soul star. But this is a large selenite that is to really just cleanse and cleanse. It's like brushing your hair and taking all the static out of your hair. It cleanses your aura in a very simple way. You can do this to yourself.
Okay.
I
So
don't
you
know
just
if I can
go-
stand. Yeah, we start up here at your soul star, about 6 inches above your body, and then just wash it down and go clockwise around your body and then come back down
Very
to your
good.
feet.
And you feel refreshed. And
You do. You feel an energetic difference.
Okay. In a moment, we're going to put up Deborah's contact information. And what can you advise, or what would you like to share with the audience?
For 2012. Well, it was interesting, and I know we only have a short bit of time, but last year on Kauai with Katrina Wafael and probably about 11 people, we asked a library, which is a very large gemstone, and I don't know if they showed a whole mass called the crystal pod. Oh, they might have. The crystal pod. But we did a library, and this is a time of a lot of change and a lot of stress. So make sure you have a healthy physical body. So that means breathing in the chartreuse, breathe in magenta colors. So ruby, right here. And look at the flowers. So the greens, the magenta, the pinks, the bright reds. And also meditation is so important right now. If you can find a meditation practice, absolutely.
Calm the mind. So can we pull up the PowerPoint? Nope. Okay.
Okay.
So how would you like people to contact you?
Well, you can contact me at Deborah at DeborahBlohm.com or DeborahBlohm@gmail.com.
And where can we find your book?
The Adventures of Julia, the Generosity Genie is available on Amazon.com. It's available at Agape International because I speak to the kids at Boys and Girls Club and Agape. And I'm out. Yes.
Very good. So that's all we have time for today. We'd like to thank you for joining us, and check out Deborah Blohm's book. And also my book, The Rising Above It, Rising Above Mercury, and then I also have, of course, Rising Above It. And remember, when life gets you down, you hold the power to rise above it. Thanks for joining us today. See you next time.